Arkansas, we've talked a lot about here for obvious reasons. I don't think I need to state them. For obvious reasons, though, we've talked about Arkansas a lot. We have some fun with it, but I'm dead serious when I say I think a lot's changing in Arkansas. I think there's a dynamic in play for Arkansas that hasn't been there since they've been in the Southeastern Conference, which goes back to the early 90s, I think is when they came over here. Arkansas has always had a place in the pecking order of the SEC ever since they came into this conference. And it was always a rung or two below fill in the blank. Maybe it's LSU on top at the time, or Florida, or Alabama for an extended period of time, LSU, Georgia. Those programs have all shown Tier 1 capability in the SEC. Arkansas hasn't, at least not for a sustained period of time. You could have a flash season, a pop season, but they could never do it 4 or 5 consecutive years. They're not going to be in Atlanta 3 out of 5 years. That's not going to happen, or at least that's what history tells us. I genuinely think there's a dynamic shift going on at Arkansas. This is why we spent so much time talking about it the other night. The only way you can change that is if you're not a Tier 3 or a Tier 2 program. When you're a Tier 1 program, the way you get there is by being a program that doesn't have to take a back seat, whether it be in recruiting. You don't have to wait to see if a kid gets an offer from someone else, and if he doesn't get it from them, okay, then I'll come play for you. You have to have all the players in the room. Alabama has to put an offer on the kid's table. Ohio State and Clemson have to put offers on the kid's table, and then he looks at you and says, you know what, I want to play for you anyway. Ditto for the transfer portal. Ditto for coaching. You have to have options, and then people with options have to continue to choose you. That is what is starting to happen at Arkansas, and that's why when I look at them from this point moving forward, I believe they'll be capable of doing things that they were not capable of doing to this point because the dynamics are changing. So that's my take on Arkansas.